Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. When it comes to 529 college savings plans, the best strategy is to start early and start big. Don't wait to set up an account until your teenager is starting to wonder which schools might offer skating board scholarships. These accounts are excellent vehicles to save for college in large part because of the tax-free growth that they offer. So here's some suggestions for getting the most benefit from a 529 plan. First, start as early as possible. The best time to start a 529 plan is at birth. Well, maybe a few weeks later. You do need to wait until the kid gets a Social Security number. The earlier an account is established, the more years of growth it's going to provide. Ideally, the plan and the child will grow together. Second, consider that in the early years, you want to invest more aggressively. It would be a shame to open a plan for a 2-year-old and then put everything in a money market fund or bonds. The goal in early years is growth. It's a good idea to invest heavily in equities for about the first 10 years and then gradually move to bonds and other low-risk options as the child nears going to college. Many plans have what's called an aged base option that does all of this for you automatically. Next, I would suggest that you fund the plan as much as you can when the child is young. Now, obviously, this can be a challenge for young families. If you can, however, it's good to start with higher monthly amounts, even if you need to taper off your contributions as the child gets older. The goal is to get as much into the plan as early as you can so it has time to grow. Now remember, whatever comes out of this plan will come out tax-free. So the growth is tax-free. Next, I want you to consider using a 5-year funding option. If someone has the ability, you can put a large amount into a child's 529 plan all at once. It's possible right now to contribute as much as $70,000. This is considered a contribution in advance for the following 5 years. The 5-year period is to maximize the federal gift tax. So this option is really real applicable for grandparents as part of their own estate planning. Or again, if the parents have some money like that available, you can put in $70,000 at the child's birth. They're not funded for the next 5 years, but that $70,000 now has a chance to grow over that 5-year period. Next, I want you to pay attention to fees and performance. Since a lot of the 529 plans are sold through investment firms, the commissions paid to those firms vary. Some offer mutual funds that have relatively high annual fees. Some have lower fees. It's a good idea to consider this and to look at the performance of the fund managers in these plans. Now, let me give you an example. The South Dakota 529 plan has an FAQ section on its website with detailed and quite readable information on fees, performance, and funds. Most every other 529 plan has similar information on their site. Next, look at more plans than the one for the state that you live in. While some states do offer tax breaks for residents who use their 529 plans, South Dakota isn't one of them because we don't have an income tax, you're not limited to the plan from your own state. You can open new accounts in or moving existing accounts to other states if they offer better options or lower fees. So you're not locked in to your state. Now, the more plans, the better. One child can be the beneficiary of several plans, perhaps set up by parents, in both sets of grandparents or grandparents. They could contribute to the accounts opened by parents. The potential disadvantage here is that the money then belongs to the owner of the account. So the point is that if you're the owner of the account, you control who the beneficiary is. You can change beneficiaries. If a child decides not to go to school, you can switch to another one. You can switch from kids to grandkids, and you can get that money back. You can always get the money back out of a 529 plan that you own by simply paying a 10% penalty on the growth. That's on the growth, not all of it, not the contributions, but on the growth. And then, of course, you pay the tax on that growth. So they're very, very flexible plans. One last point I want to mention. Don't get so excited by the idea of maximizing a 529 plan that you forget one essential guideline for college saving. Parents should fund their own retirement accounts ahead of funding college accounts for the kids. Why? Studies show it's going to cost your kids 5 times as much to take care of you in retirement when you haven't taken care of yourself than if they were to pay for their own college education and the parent took care of themselves. There are a lot of places to find a little extra money for the kids' 529 plans. A few possibilities might include cash gifts from relatives, contributions from grandparents, tax refunds, bonuses that you get at work. But the worst place to find that money is your own retirement funding. It isn't wise to sacrifice a healthy retirement plan in order to create a healthy 529 plan. Thanks for joining me.